All right. Hey everybody, it's Melanie and I am here with my friend Melissa from Close to My Heart. And today we're going to do a cool tool video. We haven't done one in a while, but super excited. So I asked if anybody was using any new cool tools lately on a post in here. And Melissa said that she uses Trello. And then somebody commented under your post and said you use Trello, and they basically called you the Trello master. So that completely caught my attention. And I reached out to Melissa and I'm like, hey, I would love for you to come and do a quick interview with us and tell us all about what Trello is and why you love it and how you use it for your business. So thank you for joining us today. Super stoked to have you because I am also a Trello fanatic. So this makes me so happy also that it is somebody besides me doing cool tool videos. So thank you, Melissa, for being here. So let's start off with, tell us a little bit about yourself, what company you're with, how long you've been with them, all of that.
All right. Well, I'm glad to be here and appreciate you inviting and providing this opportunity to me. I am Melissa Robinson. I live currently in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I am with Close to My Heart, which is a paper crafting company. So we sell paper crafting products that I use to create handmade greeting cards, scrapbook layouts.
Keep going. Sorry, record just in case Facebook doesn't work.
Yes. Scrapbook layouts, other treat-like items. And I've been with them. I just celebrated 24 years the other day, this past week.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy. Yeah. So that's exciting.
I have seen some of your work. It is quite beautiful.
Thank you for saying so. It's my happy place.
Yes, I could see that. Definitely see that. All right. So you use Trello and you use it pretty religiously for a lot of different aspects of your business. So tell us, how did you find Trello? What were you looking for when you found it?
Actually, I used it in my profession originally. I am an educator. I've been a teacher and a principal, and I used it. I was providing some professional development training years ago, and heard about it from somebody and started incorporating it within my professional arena. And then I decided what a fabulous way it would be to not only track my customers, but also to plan for social media posts. So I've been using it for quite a while. I mostly love it because I can adjust it as often as I want, as needed from my business. And that makes me happy without having to have binders and paper and rearranging them in the 3-ring binders and all that crazy stuff. So it's just worked for me to adjust as needed without a whole lot of time and effort.
Wonderful. And the price tag on it is very inviting as well. So tell us about that.
Yes, so it is free. Just like most apps, you can upgrade and pay for things, but I have been using it as long as I have. With the free version, you can link PDF files, YouTube videos, blog posts. I mean, essentially anything, putting visuals that kind of make it pretty, and you can customize it, but also make it purposeful to serve whatever need it is that you have. So I love the flexibility without having to pay for just those foundational skills and things that you can use it for that I have made great use of from the free version. So that's exciting.
Free is for me.
It is
free is
for
a
me
happy word in my house. I love that. Okay. And so tell us really quick before we dive into it, what do you kind of use it for?
I use it for customer tracking. So as I said, in my paper crafting business, I have customers who pretty much purchase on a monthly basis. And so I like to send them thank yous. I know that's been some posts that you've done. How do we show customer appreciation? So obviously my business caters itself to that, where I do send them thank you cards or little product samples. And I don't want to make them get accustomed to always expecting that. So where it's a little fun surprise or happy mail, as we like to call it. And so a lot of that is not only tracking the customer information and maybe highlighting some of the things that they've ordered that I want to follow back up on, but also kind of spreading out my thank you, so that if I sent them a thank you in October, maybe I kind of wait and I don't send them something else until January, so that I don't feel overwhelmed. I can provide that customer appreciation without the expectation from them and the craziness from me and my other obligations. So that's probably what I use it for most. And of course, because it's an app, if I am at the store or the post office and I need to mail something, it is something that integrates to my phone that I can quickly type in a person's name if I forgot to access their mailing address or other contact information before I left home. So I love that too.
Great point. Yeah. So what it's seamless in that whatever you do on your phone, it shows up online. Whatever you do online shows up in your phone, and it's instantaneous.
Absolutely. So real time.
Yes. I love that. And I have many a times accessed things from my phone or had to turn around, grab it off the computer, and it's perfect. Everything's perfect. I love it. Okay.
Yes.
Will you show us?
I will. All right. So I'm going to show you all a few things with this. I'm going to start kind of simple because I know I've talked to some other close to my heart representatives who have wanted to jump in, but if they're not technological, they kind of shy away, feeling that it's going to be something that is overwhelming. So I will give you a couple of tips regarding the free account here. It is Trello.com, and you can have up to I think it's 10 boards that are free. So you can see here on the left that I've got some free boards going. Once you create more than the minimum, you can actually deactivate, if you will, or archive the one board that you don't need right now. So like I have a job board, for example, that I'm not looking at all the time if I have a current job. So I can actually kind of switch them out a little bit if I'm going over that minimum amount. The other thing, and I'll talk about more in just a moment, is there are free power-ups, one free power-up that you get. And I will tell you the one that I picked. There are lots of fun options. You can pay for additional power-ups, but I'm going to start again with just short and sweet, and then I'll show you a little bit of kind of the crazy and the pretty that I can create with this. Oh, also up here, because I did a training recently for Close to My Heart with Trello, you can see that there are some initials up here. You can share your boards. So people, if you're a leader, for example, with the business that you're with, you can share your board and they can duplicate it and then follow your template, if you want to call it that. Or maybe there's some collaboration that some of you and your team members are working on different topics to engage your customers. Then each of you can compile it within the board and all of you have access. So again, there's so much great stuff here, but I'm going to try and keep this short, simple, and sweet. So here, what I've done is I'm just going to share a little example of you can create templates here. So mine is pretty generic because I'm looking here for just customer contact information. So when you click on a card, then you can create a separate card for each of your customers. In the description area, I tend to put the name, address, and basic contact information, maybe their birthday, if that's something that you follow up on. One of the things that is awesome is this search bar or window up here at the top is, for example, if you put in everybody's birthday, then you can type in November, and anybody who has November listed within their card, you can pull up. So there are some great ways that you can filter your contact information or any tags that you have provided. For instance, we have VIPs. So those of my customers that are VIPs, I've created a label for. I'll show you that in a moment, but I can search them and all the persons that are VIPs that I have tagged as so would show up. So if I had multiple customers named Melissa here, when I type in Melissa, whether on my laptop or on my phone, then everybody who has the name of Melissa would pop up. So going back to this, you can create as much detail and information for your customer card or whatever card it is that you choose to create. There is an activity area right here. What I typically like to do is put a little summary of maybe their order or any follow-up information that I want to contact them about. And then here's a lot of the bells and whistles. So you can add members, like I mentioned earlier, in which to share this particular card with. There are labels. I'll show you that in a moment. Checklist is pretty cool too. I don't think I've created that here, but what I can do is, let's just say I'm going to send them an email, and then I'm going to follow up phone call and send them a thank you card. So I can create this within my template, whatever it is that I want to be something constant, and I can duplicate it or I can edit in each individual card as I choose. So what's nice about this is it will show my progress as I have completed certain tasks. Attachment, you can attach orders, you can attach PDF, any note that would serve as an attachment from any type of app that you have used, Google document, Word, etc. I won't talk about cover right now, but we can also set some deadlines and timelines when it gets into the customer cards themselves. So you'll see here again, this is a template card. This is just me kind of creating that outline for what it is that I want to create and use multiple times for any purpose, in this case, customers. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. This is an example of a customer. I'm my own best customer, and you might be your own best customer as well. One thing that I like to do here, is just a matter of preference, is next to the customer name, I like to put the last date that they placed an order. That is again because as I kind of rotate out my customer appreciation, or I'll see, you know, maybe it's December and I'm like, ooh, Melissa hasn't placed an order since October 1st, then maybe it's an opportunity for me, kind of a little trigger for me to reach out to Melissa and see if she needs any support. Maybe share new products with her, or whatever it is that you want to communicate with her. The other thing here is that there are labels. So if you click on the labels tab, you can create labels of any kind and as many as you want. Now you can make them nice and fun. There is a Trello blog that is super great for kind of showing you the little ins and outs for making this pretty. I like things pretty. Some of my fellow colleagues like it nice and clean, so it's just a matter of preference. But again, if Melissa is a VIP, every customer that is a VIP, I would see this particular label associated with them. And again, if I go to the search, type in VIP, then everybody who has that label would populate. So it's really nice that we can customize color code. If I close this out and I just click right here, you can see that by clicking on those labels, it actually gives the title of that label outside of the color coding. So again, it's just a matter of preference. So here you can see a little example of the contact information. And then here, I will tell you on the activity for my customers, I do not put a whole lot of information. What I might put, I forgot, she ordered on October 1st, is I might just put here, ordered new ink pads for close to my heart. So here is just a little summary of something that I feel is really important. I do not actually pull the actual receipts and order information for my customers because we have an online office where that is accessible. So I might just put something in here that causes me to reference that. Now, if there is something that is maybe a larger purchase or something that's on my radar that I want to follow up with at a later time, then I will put those details here. But ultimately, my little notes here when they place an order are short, sweet, and to the point, and just kind of help with the conversation in order to discuss the information with them. So there is just a customer card. I love, again, that what works for me, you might be able to take a little bit of it, but then customize it to suit your own need. So what do I do once I have created a customer card? And I'll show you my actual customer board here in just a moment. But what I've done is I like to just put kind of my process for follow-up. So if you send a thank you email, in my case, I send a thank you card, then maybe once I do that, I want to put them under the follow-up in 1 month category. And so all I can do is drag and drop here, which is super amazing. I don't have to do any crazies. This might be, ooh, she hasn't ordered in a while. Time to put her on the radar that I just reach out and touch base with her and kind of make myself known and remind her of my services to her. So one of the things when I was tracking my customers on paper and within a binder, rather than just kind of making it alphabetical, I would do it by month. So I'm going to scroll over here to the right. So I will tell you one thing that is just different here because of the way that Trello is built, you scroll from left to right. So as I add a new card, I'm going to add February, for example, here. We'll see that it's going to populate. if I click add, there we go. And if I wanted to move those card labels, the ones that are at the very top, then I can just go ahead and adjust it as I see fit. So if I was having my binder with my months, and let's say that Melissa placed an order in October, I'm going to kind of keep her there, but maybe I sent her a thank you card or some sort of appreciation then maybe she places an order in November. However, within her customer card, I would have made a note that she has been sent something in October. So again, Melissa may continue to place orders over the consecutive months, but I may have sent her an appreciation in October and she doesn't see something else similar to that until January. So just like in a binder, I would keep moving that. Then I would turn to my November tab and I would say, okay, who's in November and what is it that I want to do in order to follow up with their needs regarding my business. So that is one way that I use Trello. Again, keeping that very simple. I will show you what my board looks like, which is a little crazy. I will tell you that I've had a busy month and I need to kind of catch up on some things. So we might be a little bit out of date. So here is my actual customer board. And you can see I've got some other things on the back side, but I'm just going to scroll through here for just a moment. You see my different tags. I have customers that are coming up for VIP renewal this month, so I need to update those contacts that I've made. So these columns could be anything that you choose that allow you for tracking. You can add little stickers over here. I'm going to click on this far right 3 dots. And here you can do stickers. So if you have maybe Sheila, is that going to work here? I haven't used the stickers in a while. Actually, they're going to overlay, but I can edit my stickers. But maybe Sheila just said, you know what, Melissa, this isn't a great time in my life. I need you to leave me alone a little bit. So I could end up changing her particular sticker to something that is of significance over here that you would like to adjust to help code or provide for follow-up with your customers. So that's it on the way of my customer service. Again, ideally, it's a little bit basic that you can decide how you could best use it to fit you and your needs. All right, so I'm going to switch gears for just a moment. Oh, and I forget that I opened separate tabs, so forgive me for switching all over the place here. All right, another thing that you can do is this is where I do my tasks. And so right now I have put in several of our social media items that are in here that I do for my team and my customers. Now, one of the great things about this is I, again, can put an image. You can simply right click, copy image and paste. I'll show you another thing that I've done here. One of them, I believe, does have a video. Okay, let me show you this blog post. So when I go to this particular card, oops, I'm clicking on. Well, I should be able, I think it's because I linked. So everything that I'm linking to in this card is a direct URL to our blog post. So it takes us directly there. But this one, let me show you here. That's not one. No, I promise there is one that is a video in here. Is it this one? Oh, well, you can embed a YouTube video. Y'all know the pressure of being live. All right, one of these, I promise, does have a YouTube video. So you can
insert. The one right before that had a YouTube video.
Say that again.
The one right before that, it said YouTube video.
This one here?
No, the other one you were on.
Sorry, I thought I remembered.
Yeah, I saw it when you were clicking through.
You did? I know it's not that one.
Sorry.
There, no.
Right there. See,
oh, yes. Okay. Yes, thank you. So what I did here is when I linked the video, it will direct URL. So all I did was copy and paste the deep URL from the YouTube video and I pasted it in here. Thank you, Melanie. You can obviously tell that I've been all over the place with planning some posts, but you can embed PDFs, JPEGs, PNGs, gifts, YouTube videos, blog links, or links that link to anywhere else. So I love that it's a direct way for you to provide those resources and your point of reference. Just make sure you know where they are, so that you can help create your social media posts. Now, one of the things that's great here, and I'll show you, I can do this on my customer cards as well, as far as providing the dates for follow-up, and you can connect it to your email, where it will give you a notification that you have set a task. But what I've done here is I have actually spread out my social media posts on my calendar. You can set, set a time as well. So if I click on the calendar power up, which again is a freebie, you can see here that I have some social media posts where I've already put them in place so that I'm spacing out the contact that I have with my customers and my team members. Now, I do use a different scheduling program, or I can also use scheduling within my Facebook group itself, which is where I typically provide the content rather than typing it both in here and copying it. Sometimes I do copy and paste the details from the description within my Trello card. So it's just a matter of where it is that you want to draft that information. That's totally a choice that is up to you.
So this is totally an electronic content calendar that you can like look at and see, and you could like go past this month. You could go 4, 5, 6 months out. Like you could go as far out as you want to, pretty much.
You absolutely can. You can see that I do it a little bit on paper as thinking through things. We've got some static or evergreen type information that comes out every month. So typically I will just move items from one month to the next. So absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Melanie. So on the power ups, again, you can see that I've got a calendar power up. I find this to be the most beneficial just for what I use this for, but there are some other fabulous power ups. So if you click on power ups within your different Trello boards, then you can actually go and see which one it is that you want as your freebie. And again, you can actually upgrade in order to add additional power ups if you choose. So again, that one's the calendar power up. By me just clicking on this, it takes me back to my board itself, which allows me to add the content. And then by clicking on the respective card is where I can then put the dates that then populate and translate to the calendar power up. So in summary, at this point, I like to use it for customer contact and for planning my social media content calendar.
I love this. I love it because Krista said there's so much that Trello can do, and you're absolutely right. Like, I think I should totally have someone come on and talk about, well, you have a brain dump. I see your brain dump. Talk about like how they use it with their team and how they use it to plan parties. Like, we should have like a little like Trello discussions of all the different ways that people can use this, because this as a CRM kind of thing, as a follow-up management for free, how cool is that, right?
I know. Yeah. And you mentioned parties. I've used this for a Facebook party, just planning my content across the timeline, if you will, over the course of however many days it is that I plan for. Yes, so I love it. I've used it in different ways. And I love that it's visual, that if I want to pull this particular engagement post, I'm not having to click on the card itself in order to find out the details, but it's right there. And, oh yeah, I do want to use that. So the more visual, the better for me, because that's going to draw my attention and kind of make me act on things a little quicker than others.
Absolutely. And as a leader, you can plan, your team meetings, you can plan, incentives, that you can put all of your downline leaders into one Trello board and share the board and work together on things. It's just brilliant, and primarily free for the most part.
Absolutely. And here's a team member board as well. So yeah, I use it for all the things, which is super great. I do too. And I think I get so excited. There's so much to share. So yeah, my excitement kind of overrides my presentation.
No, I think it's fantastic. I thought you did an amazing job. If you want to come back like stop sharing.
Stop share. Yep, you
Yep.
got it. There we go.
Yay! That was awesome, Melissa. Thank you so much. So if you guys have questions for her, post them in the comments of this video. And then Melissa, if you'll pop in, here and there for like a week or so and answer any questions they might have, or even push them to the blog, or actually, can you post the blog link?
I will. Yes, happily.
Excellent. And as always, with all of our Cool Tool interviews, Melissa and the others, they've all volunteered their time to come and tell you guys about these great, free, and inexpensive resources. Don't bug them. It ends here. So if you have questions, put them in the comments, but don't reach out to her privately. She's got a business to run and family to run and a team to run. But I appreciate you so much coming and just sharing what it is that you do. What works for you. I think it was on a Works For You Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What's working for you. And I appreciate you being here and sharing it and giving us a glimpse into the backside of your office. So,
you're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes.
My pleasure. So post any questions you might have for her below, and I will talk to you guys later. All right. Bye, Melissa.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye, Melanie.
Bye-bye.